Hey there, my name is Ed Roach, and I am a lead teacher in a preschool for students with autism in the city of Philadelphia. And we are just in the process of the coronavirus in 2020. Today is April 3rd, and I haven't been uploading a lot of things, honestly, just because a lot has been on my mind as if I'm not an Instagram model, but thinking about valuable content I can produce for people moving forward. But right now, I just wanted to share my story of what's going on with me and my school in the state of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. So my school is a state-run program, state-funded program. All students with autism, essentially, in our program. And it was on March 13th. It was our last day before things got shut down. We started putting in precautions for families bringing in their children that seemed to have flu symptoms until officially the school district of Philadelphia was closed. After that day, we also follow the school district of Philadelphia just based off of our admin. That's what we follow, even though we don't have to. And then later on, the governor canceled all schools for the state and continued to push down the dates to when we're returning, supposedly at the end of April. I very much doubt it. But at first, because I am not a teacher that I am a salary teacher, but I'm not under a union right now with my current program. So at first, my organization actually, after that first weekend of the 13th, found out that next Tuesday that we were all actually laid off and had to use our PTO time before applying for unemployment. Not sure what the law is on that. Tried reaching out to my local congressman, state representatives, but it turned out that there was some clarification in the state in terms of what needed to be provided in terms of the law and special education and students' education plans. So about a week or two after that, we found out that we were going to be starting to teach online. Right now, we haven't started teaching online, but we are just collaborating on a Google Classroom and just sharing materials rather than everybody kind of floating on their own and creating everything, saving time for everybody to just collab and share or have one person be in charge of a certain area. But I've seen what's going on out there with a lot of states, and it seems like things are going to be shut down for a lot longer than what they say. Today I went into my classroom to get some materials. But yeah, I just imagine for my students, they're not going to be able to receive the same level of help as they were in schools. For instance, most of my kids are just going to be receiving pre-recorded videos that don't meet their individual needs, and they don't have their communication devices that we are working on for them to develop their expressive language in terms of using picture icon books. And it seems like that's something we're not going to be providing at this time. Additionally, DTT, which is discrete trial teaching, that is usually done by assistant teachers in oversight of a behavioral specialist, is not going to be occurring either, which I believe was doing a lot for my students in the classroom. My assistant teachers did a really good job helping my kids' specific needs in terms of following these simple directions. And so, yeah, I don't know what legally is going to come about all this. We're not necessarily providing full services that we should be in terms of their IEP. I do get that this is major a major slight for everybody. No one expected any of this to happen. No one was prepared. Totally understand that. But the school district of Philadelphia actually got the funds to buy a tablet for every student in the district. That may include a hotspot as well, but not for students under kindergarten. And the reasoning why was that research shows that, from what research they gather, that kids under that demographic of age should not be involved in screen time of over an hour, basically regardless of the content. And I know that there's a lot of different research out there, and I'm not super well versed in terms of the details and who is and who isn't for that and what research does and doesn't. I've just read titles and conclusions through my journey here. But it's just really sad because I know just developmentally 3 to 5 is a crucial time for kids to be gaining these skills. They would get it a lot faster in this age group than they would if they were receiving it in another program. That's why my self-contained classroom is actually a really good model. I've seen progress in kids that if you had them just in a typical preschool would not happen because they're not being taught in the same way. They're not being met in the same way that you are when you're meeting their individual needs by just following errorless teaching. And so there's long-term implications of that. There is. Not that things can't get made up. I was hoping that we were going to be providing some direct instruction through live video, but it's not really the case. So if you happen to be watching this during this outbreak or after and you have any questions, I'd love to respond. And be safe, y'all. Hope you're valued. Hope you feel loved. Hope you're doing well.